afternoon, dozens of people gathered outside Planned Parenthood's location on Madison's east side for and against a pro-life rally.
Yeah, this just comes over a week after the organization resumed abortions in Madison and Milwaukee. NBC 15's Tyler Peters joins us now. Tyler, the rally saw supporters from both sides.
The rally was held by a group called 40 Days for Life today. The organization began its 40 Days for Life pro-life campaign. You can see several pro-life supporters gathering here on your screen. Many pro-choice counter-protesters were there too. Planned Parenthood resumed its abortion services after a Dane County judge ruled Wisconsin's 1849 law does not actually apply to abortions back in July, adding it only applies when a fetus dies due to violence against the pregnant mother or person. One pro-life supporter at the rally today says he didn't mind the pro-choice supporters being there.
I don't mind their presence. I always encourage dialogue and conversation because I truly believe that all of us have some common ground.
And I reached out to Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin. A spokesperson tells me they do not typically comment on protests. In the newsroom, Tyler Peters, NBC 15 News.